Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. Share is entitled Har Habayit number 115, the obligation to minimize machloket in Klal Yisrael. We spoke about a Talmud Chacham who's posting in his own right. He has a different shita than the Sanhedrin. And he can hold by his shita. Certainly he has a right to be more machmir against the Sanhedrin. Whether he can be more lenient, we mentioned there's different ways to understand that topic. Until he gets up to the Sanhedrin, Vikam Tavalita, the Pasuk in Shoftim says, and he discusses it with them. So Rabbi Chaim Goldberg says, when it says Vikam Tavalita, you get up, you go up to the Sanhedrin. So at that point, you still don't have to follow them because you're not with them. But then once you're with them and you argue it out, if they still pasuk against you, that's it. You have to accept it. He says, V'kam tavalita is possibly a mitzvah asay. You must go up. You can't just say, I'll stay in Beit Shemesh, I'll stay in Modi'in, I'll stay in Bnei Brak with my shita. And the Sanhedrin is their shita. V'kam tavalita, you must go up and argue it out with them. And Razam Necham says, why? Because it says when you have divrei revolt, when you have different points in a contention, then you go up. And he says there's an obligation to go up so we can avoid divrei revolt. It's one thing where we have an argument today and that's it. We're stuck. He has his position, he has his position. There's no final authority. But once you have the Sanhedrin, they are the final authority. And once you argue it out, that's it. They paskin and they paskin against you, then that's it. So there's a way to avoid revolt. And therefore, if it comes to Valitu, you must go up in order to avoid the divrei revolt. So it's a fascinating idea. We hope and pray for the day that we have the Sanhedrin, because once we have the Sanhedrin, there's still room for intellectual honesty, for a person to seek halakha and understand it, but ultimately, he'll have to go ahead and bring his discussion to the Sanhedrin, and that way it will end the divrei revolt. The different shita will have one unified shita in Klal Yisrael. Shalom.